So, how did I end up here?
Fasting is almost like being vegan. You have to tell everyone you speak to within 5 minutes, and the first question people ask is, why?
I think it's very important to decide how to answer to this question from the very beginning.
Because you'll have to come back to it when you start asking the same question to yourself when you feel like quitting. It's kind of funny that not doing something becomes doing something. This is more of a mental challenge to resist hunger and cravings. I had to prepare myself a few days in advance. I cut down on food gradually and included more fruits. The last day I had some protein, fruits and half a liter of milk.
It's not anything special, but I was cautious of not becoming the one who binge and fast the following days to balance out the calories.
I have also deleted all social media apps off my phone, because my Explore page consists of food and fitness, two things I love. On a normal day, I end up skipping breakfast and even sometimes lunch, and eat only in the evening. It's almost like OMAD diet with an added protein shake during the workouts if I feel like it. I don't have a strict eating schedule, but whatever I eat I make sure it's high in protein and healthy. If I feel like eating, then I do. If not, I calculate the protein intake for the day in my head and maybe add in a clear whey protein shake before bed. I used to count and weigh everything, and I have done it for so many years that I more or less know what food have how much protein and calories. Everyone is different and I am not a doctor, so don't take anything you see in this video as advice. I am not encouraging anyone to fast, as not everyone is in good health and you should consult your doctor. I recently mainly do Olympic weightlifting and some bodybuilding after. This week, however, my goal is to take it easier. I should let the mind and body rest a little. If you ever done a prolonged fast before, you would know after a period of time it starts to become a spiritual experience, which is quite nice. You start to feel your body more, the way you think changes and it becomes a bit more philosophical. Training is only one of 3 puzzle pieces that you need to put together, and after years of training it becomes the easiest and the most enjoyable part.
We break apart the tissue, we give the body proteins by eating, then we sleep so that the body has time to build the missing piece. So what happens when we don't eat and the body runs out of resources? I have done 3-day fasting before, one of which was recorded as a YouTube video, but never ever anything longer. Not because I couldn't, but because I was scared that I'm gonna lose muscle and strength. As a natural athlete, there's a point when you should stop losing weight unless you're getting on a stage for competition. Being lean is cool, but too lean is not beneficial for daily life. It's great to look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of what you have achieved with hard work, but if you are no longer attracted to anyone sexually and you messed up your hormonal balance, you have crossed that line. It's no longer health and fitness, but vanity.
When people ask why are you doing this, my first reply is to prove myself that I can.
Secondly, I like to be in tune with my body even more.
When your brain is high on ketones, everything feels different. You feel calm and content. Since this time I'm going for a longer fast, I download a fasting app that counts the hours left and even gives some information about what state my body is in. It's called Long Fast. I didn't pay for it or get paid from it, and I like it because it allows me to track my mood changes, which is important because if I end up in a very depressive mood for a long time, then I will have to eat. During the first day I was planning on having a rest day as my gym was closed, but I ended up going to another gym, promising myself I won't push too hard.
I promise I'm not going to lift heavy. I'm gonna take it easy.
My pre-workout was a sip of salt and vinegar solution, which was fantastic to wake me up. I ended up doing everything I usually do but less amount.
Just over an hour, burned 900 calories plus stretching, and I was very focused. It was a great workout. I don't know if it's because of fasting or it was just a good day. I don't know.
I have a recent obsession with Epsom salt baths. I don't know if I would get the same pleasure and relaxation without adding the salt in, because warm water is just nice. From being a street shower person, I ended up having baths almost every day after gym right after I eat. This time I was very sad to see the bananas and apples looking at me when I came back from a great workout. I wanted to eat food, anything I could chew and taste, but no. Regret would leave a bitter taste in my mouth, and I didn't want that. So I jumped in the bath, hoping my hunger would go away. On day 2 I woke up feeling a bit sick.
My inside is burning and I feel sick. It's like heartburn. I feel like I need to drink some water. I'm thirsty.
A big chunk of water weight is already gone, and I lost weight on scale as expected. During the day I tried to stay as active as possible. I also started taking some electrolytes as well, since that is essential to feel somewhat normal.
I didn't train. I am not feeling like training today. I feel like I'm forcing my eyes to stay open, and I slept, I think, around 6 hours. I don't have energy. I don't have any desire to go under weights. I'm hoping tomorrow the ketones will kick in and I will feel like myself again.
I had moments of strong cravings and moments of hunger, and I mean real hunger.
So I'm going past a beer festival and I'm smelling burgers, sausages, food. It's painful. I'm really hungry.
But I kept my brain occupied with something else and it went away. On the way back from the long walk, I went past the festival again, and this time I tried to imagine myself eating what people were eating, and I felt sick.
Weirdly, the idea of greasy burgers and hot dogs getting in my belly made me feel uncomfortable.
This is something strange because that happened to me on my last fasting video as well. One may think after fasting you will break the fast with pizzas and donuts, but I remember craving salad, greens, potatoes. So when I say I was hungry, I had cravings for eggs, rice and chicken. We do not realize how much time is consumed for thinking what to eat, to go and buy it, to prepare it and eating it.
Once you stop eating, there are more empty time slots during the day.
Sleep was already an issue due to stress, but it's gone worse. Well, according to my watch, I was in bed for 4 hours and I slept for 3 hours and 59 minutes.
This is a known side effect of fasting. I was tired but fully awake. I ended up sleeping half the amount I was meant to.
Fasting deprives of your body of nutrients, forcing cells to repurpose its cell parts functioning.
It is called autophagy. It's basically biologic recycling process of the body. It starts happening between 24 to 48 hours, so by day 3 I was hoping my body knew what it's meant to do. Late night I went to the kitchen to get a drink. I turned the lights on and it was blurry, almost like there was white smoke around me. I seriously got worried and started smelling the air if anything is actually burning. Then it went away. Apparently blurry vision can be associated with changes in blood sugar levels. Day 3 was a Saturday, the day I was invited for a barbecue, and I had to say no. Firstly, I didn't feel like I'm any fun to be around, and secondly, I wasn't willing to test my resistance to temptations. Food is not just eaten for energy. There is a big social aspect of feeding and drinking. Since I didn't train the second day, I really couldn't wait to go to the gym. I don't regret going, but I had the worst training session of my life. I could lift a similar amount of weights, although I felt like I wasn't going to be able to. There was no pump, emotions felt numb.
I forgot to take my salt and vinegar pre-workout, and I feel it, and I don't have salt with me. I can lift, but I don't have the power.
I felt like a ghost walking around other people. I was there, but my mind was in a dreamy state.
I didn't get the burst of energy from ketones I expected. My brain was foggy, most likely due to lack of sleep as well. I spent time setting up my camera, doing a set, then only to realize I didn't press record. I also felt like my senses heightened. I started smelling food in passing by people's sweats, or maybe it was just a coincidence that people ate smelly food the day before. I don't know. I must have music to train hard. I have my music playlist that I change often. For some reason the songs I listened to daily was distracting. I kept changing the songs, but it didn't work. I needed a bit of silence. I was not feeling bad, I was just not feeling good. Sometimes you may feel like not training, but after your body warms up it becomes enjoyable and you may end up having the best workout. And I waited for that feeling to kick in, but after an hour I realized I was still not enjoying it. I literally forced myself to train as much as possible, done some stretching and left. Deleting social media was a good move to prepare myself mentally, but wasn't going to help me from that point on. I needed distraction. I was so hungry that I started watching other people eat food on YouTube. It didn't make me feel sad or hungrier. Instead, it gave me something to look forward to.
I am hungry, but I would say even though I'm hungry like 8 out of 10, I'm so tired to eat as well. And I was craving salty steak. The key word here is salty. So I came to the supermarket to get some salt and see what alternatives they have with more potassium, magnesium, whatever. I'm just gonna have a look.
Eating some salt definitely woke me up. I craved it, I had it, and I was satisfied after having some more at home. At the end of day 3, I was looking in the mirror and I asked the question to myself for the first time. Why am I doing this? If I was to break the fast and eat, I didn't know what to eat anyway because I didn't crave anything. I didn't want anything other than getting used to the feeling of an empty stomach. On day 4, I slept for 9 hours and woke up feeling better than day 3, but
Feeling better doesn't mean good. When people ask how are you, I say I'm okay.
But I always say I'm okay.
all day I felt like I needed more sleep. In the evening I went to the gym, but I had to leave after half an hour as I felt irritated with everything and everyone. I came back home and started debating if any of the benefits worth the struggle. Day 5. I think the problem is no longer the hunger.
The hunger was 6 out of 10. It felt like I had a light meal, I wasn't full, I could eat, but I wasn't hungry. To me, the main problem was the lack of sleep.
It's nearly 4 o'clock and I can't sleep.
My body cortisol levels are increased because of fasting, hence the sleep is disturbed. So even if I get the energy from ketones to live, I can't perform well in the gym, which is a big issue.
I ended up sleeping 8 hours and woke up feeling like this.
I feel like my body is heavy and I'm drunk without drinking. Everything around me is soft and I'm floating. It is not a feeling you would like when you want to go train and it's your passion and a big part of your day. And if you want to do anything else, you want to be alert and present rather than being in that drugged up state of mind. There's not much hunger. Like I can feel my body is empty, but I'm not like, let's prepare food and eat, I'm hungry. Hunger is not the issue with fasting. Everything else is. And if I was in the woods by myself doing nothing, just meditating and talking to the camera, then fine, be it. I can do 2 more days. I can do even more. It's chill. I'm here. I'm also in a dream. It's weird.
I met my family for mom's birthday, had a bitter coffee and went to the gym. I had a good energy burst for the first half an hour of the gym and it then declined significantly.
Right, we need to talk. So in 10 minutes, I will be going into day 6. However, I have decided to end this fast. I feel great. I am not hungry. I don't have any problems other than not being able to train as much as I want. However, I do want to turn back to my good sleep and good training routine as soon as possible. I don't see the point of another 2 days, and apparently that extra 2 days would have minimal impact on the benefits of fasting because I have already reached to the point that being hungry is not an issue. Sleep is still an issue. I assume that your body will get used to it and you would sleep okay after a while, but at what cost? I believe 3 days is like an optimal length of time to get benefits of things and also to prove it to yourself that you can do it. I am going to end my fast in 7 minutes to make it full 5 days. And I believe as soon as I eat, I will fall asleep because of the insulin. And the first thing I'm going to eat is vegetable soup. My mood for the last time, I'm going to mark it as really good. Day 5, mood really good.
I didn't feel any pain or discomfort after eating and I slept well. The day after, I even dropped more weight and ended up weighing 90.5 kilograms. I checked my ketones with ketone stick, all gone. I wasn't hungry or full. I felt the same as the day before when I was fasting. My mind was almost reprogrammed to distinguish the thirsts, wanting to eat due to boredom and the real hunger.